honored our invitation to be here today in supporting arts and then poetry. Officially, we welcome you all to Art Will Set You Free. Alright, so right about now, officially, we have opened the exhibition. You can take the time, go around, look at some artworks. As we are looking at all these things, we'll be interviewing our very own artist here, JOGBELEY.
The government isn't of the people, by the people, and it's not even close to being for the people. They don't tell us that the government is controlled by an outside force, that the system doesn't fear God, so to hell with your religion, for it was designed to keep us in a prison zone. Freedom and justice is discipline, and that no matter how good of a blacksmith you are, you can offend the system with the right methods. They don't tell us. They don't tell us that taxes will make it difficult for us to sustain our businesses, so we need to work. 9 to 5, do extra jobs to cater for our families, and once we change the money, we lose sight of what's important to our children's first word. First graduation, and they grow up resenting us. They don't tell us that the African continent is no longer home for the African child. That we will flee from homes to be on ships without being picked on like our forefathers. And that we will drown in the Mediterranean and become skeletons on the desert because Africa has sold her birthrights. They don't tell us that science will make us hate our bodies. That we will lose touch of ourselves whilst we touch our cell phones. Forgetting the beauty of this world and how the air smells when the rain touches the earth. They don't tell us that there will be man-made viruses to reduce the world's populations, accompanied by vaccines that will shorten the lives of those who become untouchable by the viruses. Truth is, mother doesn't know best, she's still learning. Still learning how to tame and change me. Learning how to walk the leash of this beast within me, mother. The world you are protecting me from shows no mercy. The streets will kill me and won't be discreet about its mother. Doesn't know the books she judged by their covers are the very same books that are giving me knowledge. The poetry she warned me against is the same poetry that has kept me sane. Mother doesn't know we are in a different time frame. The man she saw in my father was probably the last. And if my father fell in love with her coming up, newsflash, the men of my generation want to see flesh. Mother doesn't know best. Mother said men will put you to the test and you have to prove yourself worth. Well, dear mother, I have failed test at even prevent. Talk less of a man, I know his genesis knows. I only prove myself as down. Mother doesn't know there are no rules and rules on how to keep the man. Mother doesn't know me inside out as she thinks. She doesn't know sadness kill joy. She doesn't know her daughter is psychophobic at age 26. That the reason why it took God for her 7-year-old child to leave her bed on Wednesday mornings was because Mr. Kulture was patiently waiting for her to come sit behind the computer and beat her for every single mistake she made. A 7-year-old child who didn't know which fingers were meant for which letters, and when she told mother said, if you had done the right thing, you wouldn't have been beaten. The pain, the trauma, the torture, and this is a God that still holds on to her. I realized that mother doesn't know best. She's still learning, and I forgive her because I am still learning.
You can go around, have a look at the art pieces we have here. The artist as well is here. You can get closer to him to ask him about everything that you see here. Alright, that is the artist. Really, come around. Like example, alright, so that is JOGBELEY, the artist. And so if you have any question about any artwork you see here, you can contact him. And also if you would want to, alright, so if you want to have any questions on him, he's ready and then he's available to answer. See, there is happiness in the green bottle. You plant kiss on my lips as I suffered you in gulps. I break leave and you come again better. Anytime my mood swings, you sense Adonku. It gives me joy. Daddy, you call me.
Wow.
And give me that hope. This day I sign papers of divorce for you, ma my image, Miss B.A. And so I sign out of this relationship. it quits. And I don't think anyone would want to do anything with you, for I'm telling everyone about you. Next one, masturbation. Masturbation. It has been working with you. Your pulsive self commands my innocence, and I succumb to your pressure like a slave. Your greediness makes that of Anansi a midget, and even lost out of sight. You had me to yourself, master. I was a bait to your pleasures. You used me to fulfill your every fantasy. You recall memoirs which causes upliftment down myself. You kept me in palms to comfort me. You smeared oil to massage me until I have had enough of you, and leave me lying there aimlessly. Ashamed of myself, but your greediness makes you unashamed, and you come back knocking on my door. You cause my self-esteem, morality, spirituality, confidence, and even my marriage. It was more of you and less of it. You wasted precious time with our sessions, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 of that in an hour, 24 of that also in a day, and 365 of that in a year. There was no break until Sunday morning. And even after that, we hit our usual closet like it's been donkey years. This day, I signed papers of termination of contract. Master, patient, even when pen is broke. Master, and so I sign out of this relationship. It quits. I don't think anyone would want to do anything with you, for I'm telling everyone about you. I spoke of plight and you answered with life. I sleep and you appeared in dreams. I wake and you appeared in thoughts. Your presence was daily heavily felt. Breaking connections rather leaves me depressed. Depression creeps and you wrestled in full strength. I admired your skill to combat these things that cause me. Options written in full display with choice button. Beneath that was your push button that I could push to start any choice I make so as to be free of that haunts me. You brought light to this darkness, life to this lifeless, fire to this ashes, and death to this life lived. You taught me to make bullets kiss my brains, ropes tangle my neck, poison drown my canal, sharpness fell to my blunt skin, and so you caused my life. Man I am. No phoenix will rise out of these ashes that will be collected after cremation. So I stand before you in boldness with, this day I sign papers of divorce for you stole my life in the dark. And so I sign out of this relationship. It quits. I don't think anyone would want to do anything with you, for I am telling everyone about you.
The landlord actually wrote a letter explaining exactly how they want Amona. Yes, exactly. No, so this is a picture of his close friend. But the irony is me. What's the title? The old one. Old one is the same thing. Untold pain. Untold pain. So, instead, old one. Untold pain. Forgotten what is why forgotten. Like they are attacking. Oh. So why forgotten? Oh, they just came out. I don't know. So among the three types of old one out, forgetting souls, good. Hard reality. No, why lost? When you always
to me, culture. So, like, Obiang said, like, you're able to communicate with them, but they are also cultural. Like, they wouldn't really, so we are
For rent.
was there with his family, they were renting a space, and he stayed with his parents and he got the son of the landlord, but only as long as they are renting. So then,
Just break the scene. Yeah. But we are not going to choose any. We are keeping more and leaving. So let's go to the next one. So this man here is my uncle, who I tend to refer to as the first black sheep in the family. But I've seen this man done everything. Charlie, he was a rapper, Uber driver, taxi, truck, dancer, like, but it seems nothing they go wrong. So I had a chance to have a conversation with this guy, and he made a statement about the bucket, the crabs in the bucket. Who knows that? The crabs in the bucket. So that you tell me, I'll tell you. So the crabs in the bucket is you see, when you put crabs in baskets or bucket, they are all trying to come out. But one guy be like, no, they escape. No, come back here. And I feel like that's how he sees the world. He sees he's trying to climb over. But there are other people who look like him, who share the same blood with him, are the same people trying to pull him out. When they bring him down and they'll give him fast, they tell him, go he will climb and they'll be like, Brazil. They will give him fame again. So it was like, that's how he feels. This idea is good, man. Honestly, I didn't know the title again. So this one I will choose. I want to say that for the title. No, we want title this week. So what I mean, one man plus crabs.
So when you go to Cape Coast, there is a town called Kotokraba. And listening to the story, I didn't say Kotokraba, I said Kotokraba. And listening to the story being told about this very artwork, I think it really matches well with that very name, Kotokraba. That's the meaning of the name Kotokraba. The story you told us has the meaning Kotokraba. Kotokraba, that's how they call that town. Kotokraba.
Two names more.
The desperate one.
The desperate one. Why?
I think desperate one because you see, for someone to play, rapping and all other kind of careers, this means that this particular person is coming from a humble background and is trying to make it to the top.
Yes.
And because of the reality he's living in, he's in a hurry to, do something and then escape poverty. Yes. And because of that, he's just trying to do anything that he sees, whether it will work or not. Once he sees somebody doing it, then maybe a person is making something out of it, he wants to try it. So he never really takes anything very seriously. Like, I want to be a musician, I'll do it. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, then maybe I'll get somewhere. But once he does it, maybe 1 year or a few months, he drops it. Another career. You can never grow anything if you are like that. You have to grow it for some time to be able to get a result. So I'll say it's just great.
About it, don't call me conspiracy theory, but what I'm saying is, the wife said it, that the guy, toilet said it. It's on person of match. Muhammad Ali, a poor man. He felt like no, he can't continue the match and he has to stay down so that he can go and visit the toilet. And that's how Muhammad Ali. Oh! I'm not hating actually. Oh! I'm not hating. Sometimes stories get inside.
Your name?
JOGBELEY.
Say it with a smile.
JOGBELEY.
Okay, so today is your day. In a few words, describe how you see today.
I see today as words and words and words.
Okay, so what two tools have been consistent and crucial in your work?
Tools that have been consistent in my work. Honestly, I don't have a particular material that I use consistently. I just go with the vibe, as they say. So if the idea comes and I feel like okay, I have to use bead to tell a better story, I'll use bead. I have to use fabric to tell a better story, I'll use it. But with this exhibition, I was in a period whereby it's all about reflection, how society reflects what I am projecting out to back to me. So that's why I use the CD. See, if you look at the CD, it has some like the way your eyes is sparkling.
Okay, talking about society, it's a society. You know, we live in a society where artists were played down, like you didn't really take them serious. Do you experience such a thing in your life?
Hey, artists have never been taken serious, right? So every artist, I feel like every artist has experienced that kind of thing.
And how did you overcome that?
I overcame that by being stubborn, challenge, not listening to anyone, doing what I feel and how I want it to be.
You said people. You see, I earlier asked about do you have a group of friends or maybe some people who have helped you in your journey? Would you like to acknowledge them?
I say everybody. You, him, them, him, everybody. Yes, it's a collective thing. How to say truth here is not a single man thing. It's a collective thing. Whether you're an artist or you are not an artist, you contribute in the making of art.
Okay, we have backslashes. Like you said, you earlier said that in the society, you got to a time you didn't really take artists serious. You overcame that. So, what do you think helped you, like, through that journey? Did you get it?
So easy. Yes, society don't take art serious. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
How did I overcome them? By being stubborn, as I say that. You see, people always try to tell you that you can't do something that they can't, especially with art. Okay? If I put a small round thing down, now, and I tell you to draw, I swear you sweat.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because you've not practiced, you've not connect that brain here. But because you can't do it, if I'm doing it, be like, you understand? So I stopped listening to that, and I did what I am doing.
At what point in life did you decide that let me take this art serious? Like at what point in life were you like, let me go into art very well?
At one point in my life, I think I actually took art very, very serious after I met this lady online called Juju. Yeah, like she switched some thing for my head inside, right? At first I used to do pencil works, and then she just turned on the light and I started seeing these are the colors outside.
Art will set you free as it goes. What's the notion? What's the whole idea behind art will set you free?
The whole idea of art will set you free. It's I want to find a better way to explain this because art will set you free. I'd say community in a community within community. And yeah, you human say we want to let people know that art alone and some art and you seeing an artwork, experiencing it or speaking to someone who practice art, it helps you see another point of view yes, because all you see is POV. All you see is POV. Have you ever thought of what one has, how do you see the world? How do I see the world? How does that guy see the world? And art helps you see that. If you look at the artworks, I'm telling you, if I tell you I've seen this, you might think I'm joking. I'm telling you, this is how I see it. Probably if you also practice art or you do something, you'll give the same thing, but you'll give you something different to show that yes, that's how you see it. And we are stuck. The reason why I'm saying free is we are stuck in here. We are stuck in our own perception. There's nothing we think it's a fact. So we are going to use art to set that mindset free.
Where do you see your career, or let me say you are creative, so where do you see this after 5 years or really from now going? Where do you see it?
I see myself teaching people how to draw, converting people from normal human beings to abnormal human beings. Yes, there.
We are grateful for having you, and it's still art will set you free. Bye bye.